To Lebanon now, where an Israeli airstrike has hit close to Beirut airport. This video captured the moment of that explosion. It comes after intense Israeli attacks in southern and eastern Lebanon. The Lebanese government has accused Israel of rejecting diplomatic initiatives, while Hezbollah says it's open to talks only after the aggression ends. Zeina Khodr has more from Beirut's airport.
Well, some of the overnight Israeli strikes were the closest yet to Beirut International Airport, just a few meters from one of the runways. I'm going to show you the missiles impacted behind those trees. It caused material damage, but as you can see, we're going to show you Beirut International Airport, the only commercial airport in the country, is still operational. This airport really is a lifeline for the country, for the people of the country. They're able to leave, they're able to come back home, and it's also a humanitarian lifeline because aid, much needed humanitarian aid, arrives to Lebanon through this airport. So the closest strikes yet, there were other strikes in Beirut's southern suburb. You can see the black smoke still hanging over the area. There were intense strikes overnight in those neighborhoods, which are largely empty. But this incident followed an incident, if you like, on Wednesday in Tel Aviv, where a missile impacted on the grounds of Tel Aviv International Airport. Hezbollah claimed responsibility for targeting a military position close to Tel Aviv International Airport. So this seems to be a response because Israel and Hezbollah really have been sending messages to each other. And Hezbollah using a new weapon, if you like. It deployed the Fatah 110 ballistic missile, surface-to-surface missile that has a range of 300 kilometers and it carries up to 500 kilograms of explosives. So as you can see, both sides are negotiating under fire, trying to showcase their military capabilities. But despite Hezbollah's, it's increasing its operations across the border and its geographical reach, but so far Israel has not been deterred.
And Zeina is joining us live from Beirut. So Israel seems to be escalating its operations in Lebanon against Lebanon. Zeina, what room does that leave for a ceasefire?
Well, Israel is trying to step up military pressure on Hezbollah, and the theater and the intensity of the exchanges of fire are expanding. It's not just Israel, as we mentioned there, Hezbollah too increasing the tempo of its operations, but the prospect of a ceasefire, many doubt that there will be a new initiative on the table, if you like, a new diplomatic initiative because of the transition in U.S. government, that there will be no, serious initiative at least until U.S. President-elect Donald Trump takes office in January. And so the fear here is that we are going to see an escalation. And we heard from Hezbollah's newly appointed Secretary General yesterday being very defiant, saying we will not surrender, we will be victorious. And all the resistance needs to do is continue to target areas in Israel and prevent Israel from returning people to their homes. So this could be a long and costly war, with Hezbollah also saying that they are prepared for a long war of attrition. So Israel stepping up its attacks in the region of Baalbek alone yesterday, that's in the east of the country. There were more than 30 airstrikes in just a span of a few hours, with dozens of civilians killed. We visited the area and, people are still there. And this is why you have this high civilian casualty toll, because they have no other place to go and they are so poor. And, we listened to their stories.
In the middle of the rubble and devastation, there is still life. But this park is no longer a place where children are safe. The ancient city of Baalbek in eastern Lebanon has been repeatedly hit by Israeli strikes.
I am Khalid. I'm scared of the sound of the bombing. I miss my friends. They went somewhere different.
At least half of the city's population left when the Israeli army issued forced evacuation orders late last month. But there are those who refuse to do so. Among them, the medical staff at the main hospital in the area. The doctor in charge says they will remain, in his words, steadfast, despite nearby Israeli strikes that caused damage to the facility.
They want to pressure people, displace them and turn them against the resistance. This won't happen. People here are supporters of the resistance. We won't leave our families and our land.
Much of eastern Lebanon has been engulfed in war. This is Hezbollah's heartland. Villages are empty. 6 weeks of intense air raids have destroyed so much when people in this impoverished region already had so little. It's a similar situation in the south of the country and in the southern suburb of Beirut.
Lebanon's Prime Minister Najib Mikati has criticized the international community for remaining silent in the face of these attacks. People here say they feel the same. They say Israel has been given a green light to destroy and kill.
Israel says it is targeting Hezbollah and its infrastructure. This was a famous restaurant not far from Baalbek's historic center. The owner says this was about hurting the economy. Already the reconstruction bill is in the billions of dollars, and this is a nearly bankrupt state. Hezbollah and Israel are negotiating under fire. Aya says she knows her children's future and lives are at risk, but she says she is choosing defiance over surrender.
Their lives have changed because of the war. They see the destruction in areas where they used to play, and now they are deprived of enjoying in those places.
But Maria and Yasmina appear to have found their own safe space, at least for now. Zeina, Khodr, Al Jazeera, Baalbek, Eastern Lebanon.